Hey everybody, and welcome back to Ready Steady Play. It's time for another Kickstarter commentary video. I've got a close-up on my face today because I've been catching up on some stuff, and it's a total mess in here. So let's just get straight into it because we've got a lot to cover, and we should be getting straight into it. Let's get Chris on screen, which is this one. Boom. Hey Chris, how you doing? Ooh, ooh.
All day.
Okay, nobody heard any of that because I had your computer audio off. Sorry.
Oh,
Chris was commenting on how we are never on time. And so is chat.
but also,
by which I mean me.
how quick your intro was before you brought me on. It was very. I also made a very funny joke, which just wouldn't work now after the moment's passed, But trust me, it was a corker.
Exactly right.
That's why Mike was laughing so much.
lost to the sands of time. The technical. Anyway. So.
Hey Eddie, hey Difter, hey Mark, hey Heggers, hey Eddie again. Because I forgot I read your name the first time.
Hey everybody,
How are you all doing?
Thanks for joining us. So we've got a pretty full docket here today of Kickstarter things we're going to look at. And then actually Tabula Games launched their new Kickstarter literally like half an hour ago or something. And
Oh really?
I was like, that's rude because I haven't had a chance to look at that yet.
What's it called?
Something fairies.
Google Tabula Games.
So it's
Sons of Ferial?
yes, that's the one.
Okay, I'll stick that into my save for later box.
The Tabula Games who did games we've played on the channel, which include Mystia and Scion, things I cannot pronounce. The
They
two
like
that
doing that to
combine
you.
together. Yeah, this is a bit more pronounceable. Sons of Ferial. I don't know anything about it. I know it's some kind of competitive adventure game. It's touted as pseudo cooperative, rather.
But we can
And
always have a look at that if we have time. We won't be super helpful because we haven't looked at it yet, but we can look through it together. Might be fun.
Okay, well, let us begin then with our standard thing, our standard move. What did we things we looked at last time, and did we back them? So the first one is Streets, which was from the Sinister Fish games. The tableau build, no, the tile placement. Worker sort of triggery economic game. Did you back it?
So no, actually, and I kind of really was planning on it. And you weren't so keen on their previous game, Villagers, and that kind of really, I think you planted a seed of doubt in my brain.
Interesting.
So the series is working well for me. Not so much for Heggers, who apparently has already backed 2 things in the last few days, thanks to you.
Oh dear. Well, I mean, it's not working well for me either, because I was quite happy to completely ignore this off the back of Villagers, and then after we looked through the rulebook and you explained the game to me, I backed it.
Oh, that's excellent. So I've just shirked the financial responsibility over to you, and I still get to play it. This is brilliant. This is working so well for me. No, but on a serious note, actually, that's like it's. I'm trying to be a little bit pickier about what Kickstarters I back. And that kind of actually happened to coincide with this series that we've started. So I appreciated the feedback from someone who I play games with regularly. That's really helpful to hear you say that you weren't as keen on Villagers. Here were your concerns, and it just planted enough. If that was enough for me not to back this game, then obviously I didn't want it enough. So I didn't back Streets. Save me some money.
And I did back Streets. Oh well. We'll
Yeah,
find out.
Became real life.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. So it got a back from RSP. So that's still good.
Where is Link? Paste. Go. So the next one's
So,
Rurik's Stone and
next-
Blade reprint and expansion. Did you back this one?
No, this one I did not. I knew nothing about this one before you showed it to me. Well, before we looked at it for the video, and it did actually. The whole worker placement system really appealed to me, but I just I guess I just found out about it too late and didn't have time to get excited about it and build the hype up about it for myself, and didn't decide not to back it. It has late pledge available.
It does have late pledge available.
So there is still time for me to get excited about it and maybe end up late pledging it. I assume you did.
Yeah, after I read through the rule books, I was super duper into it, and I totally backed it.
Yeah, this is a great segue into our spin-off series I'm launching soon. How to get your friends to back the Kickstarters you want. So you don't have to.
Guys, at home, I'm adjusting my audio because I think the levels are not quite right. Let me know how it is. I'm sort of operating a bit of a technical, a bit of a different technical setup to usual because of technical issues. Broken hardware and that kind of stuff. But yes, so yeah, I definitely backed this. I was super into it. All right.
Cool. I look forward to playing your copy. Or maybe late pledging, we'll see.
We got the Reckoner's Steel Slayer.
Mm-hmm. So I didn't back this one. I wasn't particularly keen on it. It wasn't really up for a great deal of contention. Yeah, looks decent, but I did not back it.
Yeah, I had a comment on the last video explaining that the Reckoners was actually really cool. I think that was from Difter, actually. So thanks for commenting.
Dustin, I think.
Oh, was it Dustin?
It was Dustin, I think. I think so, yeah.
And maybe I should... Maybe... I mean, it's... I think this is the kind of game that I'd really like to... I would have no problem playing if someone got it out. But also, I don't know. I think the other thing is I'd already backed Dice Throne Adventures, which is another similar kind of dice rolling sort of affair. It's very different in the sense that this is action drafting of single dice, and Dice Throne is a Yahtzee mechanic where you're trying to activate a single power. Although, to be fair, I don't really know how much Dice Throne Adventures is different to regular Dice Throne, which is head-to-head competitive. But I don't know. I guess I'm not in the mood right now for a dice chucky sort of action drafty cooperative game, and the theme doesn't really do it for me because I just don't know the stories. I think.
Hold that thought for later in the video. It might be relevant.
It might be relevant. Well, the other thing about the Reckoners, I suppose, is that it has been out for a while. And it's not something that comes up into my sphere very often. Like, you know, if things come to Kickstarter, especially if they've already been to Kickstarter once, and Skype's doing that thing that loves to resize your window. And if it's been to Kickstarter before, you know, people have acquired it and mentioned it to me, and they're like, "You got to check this out," or "This was really good," or, you know, because a lot of companies will plan for a second Kickstarter before the first one even fulfills, so that it coincides with fulfillment, so the hype of fulfillment launches the second Kickstarter, right? And I don't know, I just hadn't heard the Reckoners. Like, it must have been delivered, people must have been playing it, and nobody mentioned it, and I missed all of the hype when it was fulfilled, if there was any. So that kind of I think at the back of my head. Whereas Rurik, I'd actually heard people sort of receive it and go, "This is really good." You know, and I'd sort of had, especially seeing, I saw it at Essen as well that one year, and I just kind of had it in the back of my head as something I really should check out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, things can be sleeper hits. You know, it doesn't, just because there's no hype surrounding something doesn't mean it's not a good game. But I know what you mean. It's a perfectly reasonable yardstick to start using after first Kickstarter fulfillment. If
I had all the more time, I would definitely investigate into these sort of sleeper, or sort of do more investigation into these games, and I'd love to do all the research in the world. I love that kind of stuff anyway, but we got a lot of games to get through. Like Philosophia, the floating world. Did you back it?
Nope,
No, me either.
I did not.
I read the rule book, which, is a thing, and there was nothing in it that really made me go, I need this in my life. So I didn't buy it.
Yep, pretty much the same thing. I actually, to be honest, I looked into this for the last one, obviously, last video, and I can't really remember anything about it, so it didn't really stick with me.
There we go.
Oh well. Next.
Oh, Flourish. The controversial one.
Oh yeah, well, I did what I stuck by what I said I was going to do, and I didn't back it. I don't think we should support practices without being controversial. I think we should if you do not approve of a company's behavior, then if at all possible, you should not support that company. So I did not back it.
We got a quick pipe up from Robin here saying Reckoners is pretty damn good. My issue was the expertise. No, the expansion was more than 2 times what it cost at retail. Are you talking about the cost of the expansion was more than 2 times the cost of the base game at retail? And if so, I guess that's Kickstarter production stuff. Speaking of overproduced Kickstarters, I have a Kickstarter to talk about later. But for now, on to the next thing. It's Cascadia.
Oh yeah, the tiling game. Yeah, I didn't back this. I think this is still going. I don't think this has ended yet. It's a very simple tiling game.
It has ended.
No, it's not. Okay.
It's open for late. You can sign up for late pledge though. Yeah. Again, I was not particularly inspired to back this after our last Kickstarter review. There was nothing I saw in it that sort of wowed me, and I mean, to be fair, you were the one that looked at the rules for this, I think. But also, I think it was this sort of your environment thing here, where I'd been playing a tile laying game recently, actually, that I keep meaning to talk about in a review or some such. Oh, Skype, why do you hate Chris's window? And it's just cutting your face out and things like that. And so I was basically sort of thinking, like, every time I was playing this other game, I was thinking, I wish I was just playing Carcassonne.
Right.
And
yeah.
And then I was sort of looking at this, and it's basically to do with how the tiles are laid out in your own areas. Essentially, there's no competitiveness, and I'm just thinking, like, when in Carcassonne, we're all building off the same map, and that's what makes it interesting, right? And this is again building your own environment, so you're just kind of optimizing your own little thing. And I was kind of like, well, you've got to give me some really compelling reason to want to be sort of working on this solitaire puzzle, I suppose.
Yeah, so Isle of Skye, that solitaire puzzle, but then it has the enormous player interaction in the bidding mechanic. So makes it a good game. But I agree, this one doesn't seem to have that.
We had, I think this is the second or third game we ever played on the channel, Isle of Skye.
Ah, deep cut.
Yeah. Those videos have like 10 or 15 views.
£1 and 9p on Steam in the sale if you want to get it.
Isle of Skye.
Yeah.
I might actually be up for that. Okay. What's the next one? Right. This one I was definitely more torn about than others that we've looked at. It's Into Deep Reboot. Late pledge is available. I didn't back it.
Oh, is this the one? I'm trying to remember. Oh, I don't remember this one. Did we look at this?
Yeah, this was the one, the futuristic cyberpunk one where you're hacking into the minds of criminals and trying to get into the organizations.
Yeah.
The story deck and things.
I forgot about this the moment the video was over. Not because that's not even because it's necessary because didn't interest me. I just forgot about it. Wow. We look at too many games, I guess. This one did not stick in my memory at all. So I didn't back it, mostly because I forgot to look more into it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of Kickstarters out there, and it's tricky to... Come on, Skype. What are you doing to me here? Skype, even. There's a... Yeah, it's just... There's so many Kickstarters, and it's... I wanted to do even... Like, I read the rulebook for this, and I sort of had to look over it, and there was some stuff in there that intrigued me, but I had a hard time visualizing how the game would play and what the appeal of it was. And that's not to say that I couldn't see the appeal. It's just some games lend themselves to more easily estimating what you're going to get out of it from the rulebook than others, you know. And this one I found quite difficult to translate the rulebook into sort of gameplay and action. And I'd still like to check out a gameplay session or something on this one, but I didn't have the. I don't know if they've got me up here. The Tantrum House have done a preview and a playthrough. So I'd probably be interested in checking out their playthrough just to see if I can get a better sense of it from that. Oh, and Jeremy's done a playthrough on Man vs. Meeple. Wow, look at all these channels that they reached out to. That is a lot of channels. So there you go. There's definitely some more stuff to check out if you're interested in that, but I didn't back it up. And then I'm going to skip... Sorry.
I was just asking, you didn't back it, I take it, no?
No, I didn't back it. I keep meaning to look into it more. Just, I'm not yet sold on it. I want to review some gameplay. Like I said, the mechanisms themselves, while there are some nice ideas in there, I played a lot of sort of these kind of games where I'm not sure quite how it's all going to come together. So I think I need to see it in action to see if it's something that I'd really be into. Mm-hmm. And again, if there's one thing I know about media content creators, it's that, board game media content creators, it's that they're really, really good at making games look fun, even when they're not.
Yeah. It's a skill.
All right. Here we go. Forgotten Depths, co-op dungeon adventure.
Yes.
Did you back it?
No, I didn't. It does look interesting. Interesting is a bit of a nothing word, but it does look intriguing. It looked fun. It looked good. It looked a bit different. And it was a decent price as well. I just couldn't see myself taking it off the shelf and playing it. 1 to 3 players. The only time I was ever going to play it would probably be with Deborah. And there's plenty of stuff already on our plates.
Well,
yeah, I don't know.
I like the idea that it's about an hour long. I like the idea that it's a low player count and it's a small box. So it sort of makes a good little traveling game or something, maybe to bring down to the pub or something like that, if, you know, that becomes a thing again. But, and I really liked the artwork, so I backed it. I also thought
good.
The company who made it, it was, or rather, I think the team behind it, they seemed like quite a small team. I hadn't heard of them before. I thought it'd be nice to sort of support something that was a bit more independent. So
yeah, that's nice.
My independent choice there.
And it has late pledge available.
It does, and it's not very dear either. I think, $30 US is not a whole lot. Plus shipping, I think you have to pay for shipping, but yeah, it didn't come up to a whole lot. So I was into it. I like the portability, and I hope one day to take it out of my house and play it somewhere.
One day.
One day. All right, that just about covers it for stuff we played in the stuff we looked at in the last episode. So moving swiftly on to stuff that was coming to Kickstarter in the last episode, which is not yet on Kickstarter, so we didn't actually talk about it, and now has probably funded and is done on Kickstarter.
Yeah, they've come and they've gone.
Oh wow! There's 3 things here. One is not like the others. We're looking at Hogs of War, the miniatures game.
Yeah. Hogs of War miniatures game. So I've actually backed this, and what I did, I think I told you, Mike, I backed it on day one because they were giving the Lord Flashheart or Flash Hog miniature for free if you back day one. And I was like, I'll back it, and then I can actually make my own decision later. And then I knew the deadline was coming up, but then I forgot about it, and I basically ended up accidentally backing it. I hadn't decided yet if I was going to back it for certain or not, but I wasn't. I backed it. For better or for worse, I backed it.
Hager says he also got this one for the Flash Hog. Yeah, I didn't back this one primarily because you were, at least when we'd spoken, you seemed quite sure you would back it. And so I thought, well, I will check out Chris's copy. And I think I pretty much just sort of capped out on my Kickstarters for the time, for the month. You know, I was like, oh no, I can't do another one.
Yeah, it might be a good one though to play. It might be a good one on the channel at some point, a one-on-one. It calls itself Warhammer Light and X-Wing Light, so
yeah, both things I really, really like. I mean, there's a lot here. Look, going through the Kickstarter page here, there's a lot here that I like the look of. But the other thing is I also backed the Company of Heroes board game, which this looks quite similar to. So, okay. I mean, similar in the sense that it's a World War II game on a board. Or, well, this is World War One, isn't it? But isn't it?
I don't think it specifies. I mean, if Lord Flashheart's in it, I guess that's World War One. So sure.
But then they seem to have tanks here that are. Did they have tanks in World War One? I thought they were more like tractors with armor plating.
They had vehicles that I think are referred to as tanks. I don't know if you'd. They had armored vehicle. Well, I don't know what's the definition of a tank.
Eddie says, yeah, it's World War One. He's also backed it, the Lord Flashhog. Yeah, yeah, like I said, I just had I had Company Heroes coming, and
that's funny. It's funny how many of us backed this one.
Yeah. Well, we should definitely play the actual game on the channel.
Oh yeah,
that was actually
100%.
A ton of fun. I don't think anyone will watch that video, but it was tons of fun to do. Cool.
Right. Moving on.
Moving on. Dun, 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 dun. This is the next one, actually, is something that, why? Come on. Where is... Whoosh. Where's the search box? Come on. Kickstarter page. This next one, actually, is one that I looked at in a lot of detail, and then immediately forgot... Oh, come on. Immediately forgot everything about.
Yeah.
Because I was interested primarily in the... I'm going to have to go around about this ass backwards. Sorry, everyone. It's not Dinosaur Island. It is, in fact, Panosaurus's follow-up to Dinosaur Island, Dinosaur World.
Yeah. Just like Jurassic Park became Jurassic World.
Did you back Jurassic World?
Dinosaur World. I did not back Dinosaur World because I backed their previous game, Dinosaur Island, and also have Dinosaur Island, the 2-player variant, and I have the expansion to Dinosaur Island. And I've played Dinosaur Island once and maybe Dinosaur Island maybe twice. Never even opened the expansion. Dinosaur Island actually lives in a cupboard now, not on my Kallax. It's a perfectly good game. It's just I just don't play it. I just don't play it. This looked cool, and I really like the box art as well. And I really wanted to back this, but my sensible brain, my new Kickstarter brain that I'm trying out, weighed in and was like, well, why are you getting a sequel to a game that you've barely played and haven't opened the expansion for? You're not gonna play it. Grow up. I didn't back it.
Robin Rising said, I played this. It has a scaling negative points for danger, so heavily punishes you for dinosaur building versus island/dinogenics. Almost backed it until that playthrough. So the playthrough put you off it, Robin. Is that right?
Yes, I think so. What he's saying is, unlike Dinosaur Island and Dinogenics, you're massive. He says it sounds like he's saying you're massively discouraged by the gameplay. You know, by how you win the game. You're massively discouraged from focusing on making lots of dinosaurs, which is the fun thing you want to be doing, right? My guess is you're more heavily punished for guests being eaten and stuff.
I guess it does come with an Ice Age pack if you backed it, so you can make things other than dinosaurs, which includes beavers. And there's also the other animals. Anyway, I actually did back this one. I thought it looked really interesting.
You did?
I read the rule book.
That's so funny.
This seems really cool. And then I saw.
That's so funny because you didn't back Dinosaur Island, did you?
No, I didn't. And actually, I played Dinogenics, and I quite liked Dinogenics. Is that what it's called? The other one that's not like Pandasaurus games? But I thought maybe. Yeah. So I read through the rulebook, and yeah, I do remember reading that mechanism about the negative points, and I was like, well, that's something new that they've brought in, and I presume that it's a sort of an iteration on the first game, something that they've learned.
Well, you always suffered for having like security level not matching your threat level. I think that's how it worked. But yeah, I'm assuming that the punishment's much greater now. That's what I'm assuming.
I thought it seemed like an interesting sort of challenge trying to balance out those elements, but if Robin's played it and says it's not, then I'm willing to take that evidence over my sort of looking at the rulebook. So I'm disappointed to hear that, but I'll be interested to play it when it arrives, and I'll talk about it on the show, and we'll see what we think. But yeah, so it was definitely a challenge. But it does have really pretty components. Anyway.
It does.
We'll see if it could be one of many Kickstarters that I backed that just kind of goes in the pile of played it once and I was like, I shouldn't have backed this. I'm looking at the pile over here right now.
That's what I'm trying to avoid adding to right now.
Well, exactly right. I can see in the pile, literally I can see Aftershock by Alan Moore. I can see Monumental by Funforge Games. Reavers of Midgard by Grey Fox. Oh dear, the list goes on. Moving swiftly on to the next thing then. Hero Quest the reprint, which is not a Kickstarter.
That's still going. That's still got like 10 days left over on its thing. And there is, I think it's Xavi, is that the name of the company, is offering a pre-order in the UK? I think it's Xavi. Let me check.
Hey, Ren, thanks for joining us in the chat. Yeah,
Yeah, Xavi.
I was...
So if you want... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that she's just saying that... no, I was just saying that I didn't do a good job in letting everyone know there's going to be a stream today, which is business as usual, to be honest.
But yeah, so it's only... The Hasbro Pulse thing is only for for US and Canada, but Xavi, which is a company I've come across a few times, who seem to specialize in importing stuff to the UK from America. I'll put the link actually in the chat in case people are interested. That is, it's not letting me place it for some reason. Is it too long? Why am I allowed to post this? Oh, because too many characters. Fine, just the website then. Xavi.com are allowing you to pre-order the Mythic Edition for £150. That's the version, the Hero Quest version that has everything, the 2 expansions and all the stretch goals. So you're getting everything that you would otherwise be missing out on because we're not in the US. I haven't backed this yet. I'm still on the fence. I kind of want to. People have been so super negative about it.
Oh, really?
Which I'm finding people. I found out about the Xavi thing on one of the Facebook groups I'm in, and it was just someone just posted saying, "Oh, here's this. Here's how you can get it, guys, if you want it." And it was 40 comments of, "It's too expensive. This is stupid." And I just posted, "Thanks for the info," because I felt the poor guy was being attacked for just trying to be helpful to people. And I'm finding it fascinating that people are calling this bad value. Don't get me wrong. If you think it's a bad game, which objectively it probably isn't a great game, that's fine. You don't want that, but value for money wise, I do not understand that £150 for the amount of miniatures and cards, etc., and art assets that you're getting is in any way out of whack with Kickstarter. It is completely in line with Kickstarter value. People are off their trolleys people just seem to be angry at the fact that they haven't changed the rules, and I'm disappointed in that fact as well. But bang for buck of stuff you're getting for money, this is completely on par with, you know, Gloomhaven and King Death Monster stuff. Because Gloomhaven doesn't have miniatures, right? People say, "Oh, I'd rather get Gloomhaven. It's £50 cheaper." Yeah, it has no miniatures. That's why it's so much cheaper.
That's not true, Chris. It has like 8 miniatures.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, I mean, for me,
I've seen people saying it should be £50. I'm like, are you joking? Have you seen how many miniatures are in this? This is absolutely not going to be. If this was any other game in the world, you'd be laughed out of your game group for suggesting it should be £50. I'm not even that passionate about this project, but I'm just so baffled by people thinking this should cost a lot less than it costs.
But Chris, when it was first released in 1980, blah blah, it was £50.
Yeah, which actually, and with inflation, that wouldn't be. I don't think that wouldn't be 150 now. It is true, but I don't think inflation works in a direct. I don't think you can do a direct comparison of that.
Well, exactly. I mean, you know, I was being.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I have 3 copies of the original Hero Quest. I'm not backing this. I don't actually think the game's particularly good either. It's just pure nostalgia. I would never take it down off my shelf to play. It's just there because, you know,
you like to have it.
Yeah, it's nice to have around. I guess, you know, we made a show with it. That was fun. You know, like that's a reason to have it for me. But you know, I can't imagine.
If we had kids, not you and me necessarily, but if not together necessarily, but if we had kids,
but our kids are so good at board games.
It's true. If you were a Hero Quest fan, you have kids, and this might be a great purchase to get them painting and get them into, you know. But
yeah, I mean, I
think it looks pretty.
I think this is the one thing about Hero Quest is because the evil wizard doesn't really have. We have reconnected. I believe we're
not back. I don't
on.
think. Are we? I don't think. Are we?
Yeah, I think we're back. I think we're live again.
Like all our viewers.
Oh, maybe we're not live, actually. Oh, let's act as though we are, just in case. Standard RSP tech issues. Hey.
I think we're back.
The viewing experience has changed to buffering. This should not be happening. I think I'm gonna give it a hot second. In the meantime, I guess that pretty much covers us for Hero Quest, doesn't it, Chris?
Yeah. More than. Hey, Margo.
So we'll move on to the next thing. Where's my show notes? Oh, I brought up all the other stuff and I've lost.
I think I'll end up back in. I think I might end up back. You know, my birthday's coming up. Hero Quest is the sort of thing that is a good birthday present because I want it, but I don't want to spend the money on it. So maybe I'll ask for it for my birthday.
Seems like a good deal to me.
So what is next?
Next is the return to Planet Apocalypse from Sandy Peterson Games.
The Hero Quest negativity crashed the stream.
Hasbro hacked us and shut us down.
We didn't look at this, did we? Return to Planet Apocalypse.
No, we just noted that it was forthcoming, and now it's ended.
Oh, okay. I never looked at it.
Yeah, I haven't really looked at Planet Apocalypse very much either. All I can say is that I know Sandy Peterson from Gods of Glorantha, which I have, and Call of Cthulhu, or not Call of Cthulhu, Cthulhu Wars, which I don't have, but have played. And generally speaking, I like his games. They are whimsical I guess is a way to put it. They're generally quite light. Is this still working? Oh, come on. It's domestic internet in this country. And it's still not good.
I can't have it because we're.
I've just got
I think we're back.
The window,
Yeah, don't say the H word.
No, just don't say here request. Damn it!
Whoa!
I wanted to, yeah, there's something wrong with the internet today. Jeez, this should not be happening. I should write to my ISP. This is shocking.
It is back now, though, I think. Yeah.
Is it?
I think so. Yeah, it's back. Not enough sacrifice we made. You need to buy me Hero Quest, and then this will work. It wouldn't be a stream if I didn't. That's not true, Hego. Sometimes you're nice to me. For a minute.
Is it stream crashes? Yeah, exactly. I can't tell if it's actually if it's actually live now or not. YouTube Studio's not at all helpful.
Yeah, Diff, I heard that I was being. There's a lot of great push to vent me at the airlock in that Among Us stream. I was only the imposter once. I think. Me twice.
I need to have a.
It's gone again, I think.
I need to have a.
Did you want to restart OBS?
Change the whole stream though.
Oh, really?
I don't know if OBS is the problem, to be honest. I think if this is my.
I think we're back again. We seem to be back.
I'm trying to bring up a stream on my phone so I can check it out because the YouTube Studio is terrible. Hey everybody, can you no, it's definitely just buffering on YouTube. Just kind of our faces looking glum. Like, why isn't the stream working? Okay.
It's working. If I bring it up, it seems to be working.
Okay, cool. So, well, let's press onwards then, because otherwise we're going to waste what internet we do have, what internet the gods have apportioned us without getting to any of the stuff that's actually live. So yeah, I liked his games.
That's true.
I liked the look of this one. I didn't back it partly because the all-in was like $600, and I was like, that's a bummer.
Oh my god!
And also because I tapped out my Kickstarter funds for the month. But you know, I mean, I've got a couple of his. I've got another one of his games as well on the way, which is Hyperspace, which is sort of his take on Cosmic Encounter. So, and actually, I think I might have backed his other dinosaur game as well, the one where they're hunting them in the 1940s. So, and I don't know, I just something about the mutant creatures in this. They're cool, but also it doesn't like super appeal to me. I like this stuff in a horror sense, but this is sort of horror action, right? Like, this is more kind of Dead Space 3 rather than Dead Space 1. And I'm more of a fan of the first one. You know what I mean?
That's a good analogy. That's a very good analogy. Dead
So,
Space 3 wasn't scary because I played it with Richard. But Dead Space 1 was scary.
hey, Eddie, well, there's going to be
This
another...
game immediately...
I was just going to say there's going to be another
Well,
Among Us stream on Sunday.
I think the stream has crashed again. Oh, no, are we back? I don't know. Maybe we never left. I'm trying to keep an eye on it.
I hope this isn't completely unwatchable. Well, Eddie picked up that we're having another Among Us stream, so we must
I don't think we're okay.
I think we're
maybe we are live the whole time then. Maybe my feed of it's just been really weird then.
It might be...
in that case.
Cool. Well, we've got the Thing, the board game, which I'm going... Yeah, our Skype is lagging as well. My internet's having a terrible day, which it shouldn't be because I pay a lot of money for a really good connection. Like, a really good connection.
Which I can't even get where I live. I called up to see if I could get it, and they said, yeah.
We both live in London, so that's like, you know, that should be okay.
You're just more central than I am.
Slightly, marginally. I would restart the router, but the whole stream will go down. Might be worth it though. I don't know if that's the problem. The weather outside is terrible, but I don't know how that shouldn't have an impact.
I mean, the fact that our Skype is having problems means it is the internet, right?
Yeah, it's 100% my internet connection. No, it's yeah, it's definitely not sort of I mean, let's have a think. What can I do here? Progress has occasional lag spikes, yeah. Such a bummer. Can't get through one stream without asking when you're going to play Fields. Right. So, I feel like it was working there for a hot second, and then it stopped again. Eddie's actually got more input now on this game that we're looking at. They've actually caught up, and now they're just watching the thing on screen. What am I gonna do?
Internet is gonna start. Is it gonna kill the stream?
I think I need to.
Sorry?
I think I need to stop this. I don't know. If I restart the router, it's just gonna kill the stream. Then again, there's not much point continuing it with it dropping half of the frames anyway.
Yeah. Well, do you want to take a 5-minute break and come back with better stream quality?
Cool. Okay, I'm taking down the stream for a minute. We'll be right back after these messages.
Don't go